This video is on percent composition. So percent composition, we break down the name. Percent is the percent, and composition means what something is made of. So what percent composition of a compound is going to do is going to tell us the percent of each element in a compound. It tells how much of each element is present in the compound. Now, an equation for a percent is equal to the part out of a whole times 100. That's something you've seen many times before. Part out of the whole. I want half of the pizza, 50%. My half is 1 out of my whole, 2, 50%. So my part in the case of percent composition is going to be the mass of the element that I'm looking at. The whole is the total mass of the compound. Now we find the mass of the element and the total mass of the compound on our periodic table. So for both of these, we find them on the periodic table. So if we look on our periodic table, we have in our boxes, we have the symbol, the name, the atomic number, and then we have that average atomic mass. That is the mass of 1 mole of our element we're looking at. So when we look for the mass on the periodic table, the mass of our element, we're going to pull this number here. Now you just need to round these to the 10th place. So for carbon, 12.0. Now every periodic table is a little different with the numbers they write. If we do everything to the 10th place, so this first digit past the decimal, then we're going to have accurate results and everybody's data is going to match up. So for my first example question, if I want to calculate the percent composition of ethane, well, ethane is C2H6 or dicarbon hexahydride. The percent composition, I care about both of my components, the carbon and the hydrogen. So for my carbon, my part is my carbon atoms, and I have 2 carbon atoms. There's 2 carbons and there's 6 hydrogens. So I take 2 times the number or my mass of my carbon. So if you look at my periodic table, my carbon has a mass of 12.0. So 2 times 12.0 gives me 24.0 grams for my carbon. My whole is going to be my carbon plus my hydrogen. So I have 2 times 12.0 for my carbon. Hydrogen has a mass of 1.0. Now in my compound, I have 6 hydrogens, so 6 times 1.0. I add them together, and I get 30.0 grams. So when I find my percent composition, my percent is my part, which is my carbon, my 24.0, divided by my whole, which is my total molecule, times 100 equals 80%. So if I'm doing it in hydrogen, my part for my hydrogen is my 6 hydrogens. So 6 times 1.0 is 6.0. My whole is the same as before, my 30.0 grams. So my percent hydrogen is going to be 6 divided by 30, which is 20%. So 6.0, 30.0. 2 significant figures here, so I need to write 20%. Okay. For my next one, I want to find the percent composition of tin in a compound containing tin and chlorine if 18.35 grams of the compound contains 5.74 grams of tin. So my whole compound has a mass of 18.35 grams. Tin's portion of it weighs 5.74 grams. So I want to know the percent of tin inside my compound. Well, here are my total and given my part, so my amount of tin 5.74 grams of tin divided by my whole 18.35 grams times 100 gives me 31.2%. Now my lowest number here, tin has 3 significant figures, so my final answer has to have 3 significant figures. So 31.2% tin.